This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we review the second season of Squid Game on Netflix. Plus, reactions to the first trailer for Daredevil Born Again, a new trailer for Captain America Brave New World, our favorite superhero movie soundtrack singles, thoughts on the Skeleton Crew finale, and more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Sunday, January 19th, 2025.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast. Why? I don't know.
Check. Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up.
We jock it, we nerd it. We funny, disturb it. We jock it, we nerd it. We spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, what's up, listener? Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
And he's the nerd.
And joining us, one of the guys that runs the Squid Games. It's not the front man, it's the back man. We call him Rug Boy. What's up, Rugs?
Yeah, it's not easy being the back man.
What are some of the back man's duties there at the Squid Games? You got to handle the back of the house.
Duty.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
We're
That's
doing duties on the
duty.
back man.
What kind of mask is the back man wearing?
Yeah, is it a...
It's a brown one.
It's a brown? It's
You know,
just
he wears the front man gets rid of black.
Yeah, the cool black
Yeah,
mask.
I get the brown mask.
His mask is brown and bumpy, and it smells a little.
A
It's
lot.
got two little eye holes.
And it's got like corn and peanuts.
Listen,
you know,
oh God, that
adorning
corn.
it. Yeah.
Listen, Squid Games is a hard thing to run. You need the front man needs a back man.
Someone needs to bring up the rear.
Also, I realized there's a player 69 in these games, which is hilarious. I would want to be player 69 if I ever joined the Squid Games. That would be my goal.
Well, someone's got to do it. I was surprised they didn't make a big deal out of it. Is it a big deal in Korea, the 69?
Probably not. It's lost on them.
For our
but
Korean listeners, please chime in.
Yeah.
Let us know if 69 is a thing.
if you don't know what we're talking about, just Google it.
Maybe they call it something different, but we call it 69 because we're like, we're stupid like that.
Maybe it's like an 83 over there. I don't know. I don't know how Korea works. You know, they got the metric system. The money's different. You know, it's in the won.
It's in one.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a 72. I don't know. Anyways,
You gotta
enough of the
round up.
bullshit.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Squid Game Season 2 a little bit later. We got a couple of trailers to talk about. Let's get to it.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Before we start, I did want to mention how proud I am of our country of surviving the latest national tragedy, which was the TikTok ban of 2025.
Isn't it back up again?
Yep, lasted a whole 12 hours.
Oh
shit.
my God.
This ban from like last night, and it was back up today. So
That
everyone
12
can-
hours was the greatest 12 hours of my life.
I think the other TikTok international users were very happy. They're like, why is it so quiet around here? Where are all the Americans?
Yeah. It's like I can't miss anything that I don't use. So it had no impact on my life at all.
Me neither. I'd never actually downloaded the app.
Minimal on mine as well.
Did you do you peruse the TikTok, Anthony's?
I would say I probably peruse it once every few weeks, if that, maybe once a month,
Okay.
once every 2 months. It's very rare.
Okay.
Because everything on TikTok's now on Instagram anyways.
Yeah, so I catch all that stuff like on the Instagram Reels or whatever. And, you know, for a second when it was getting big, I was like, do we do one for the podcast? And I'm like, I'm not doing another thing. The Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is enough. But huge ass back, whatever. Everyone relax. You can watch girls putting on makeup
Yeah, but
again.
do you remember? We're old fucks, so we remember this. Remember the time before there was Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
There was like a new thing every like 6 months. There was Friendster, there was MySpace, there was fucking this and that, whatever, and the other thing. And they just came and went, and we just like moved on to the next thing. The fact that people are like so dependent on this one fucking thing,
Yeah.
there's gonna be something else. It's gonna be the same fucking thing, just with a different name, hopefully owned by American people.
Probably not. There were people who were downloading Red Note and shit.
That's it. That's the same thing. That's the same problem. It's not
Chinese.
made in America.
Yeah.
I don't know why Elon didn't just make a clone of it and just fucking just make his own, and then that would have been the solution right there.
That dude from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, was I heard him talk about wanting to buy TikTok and whatever, but
He should have made Dick Doc.
he should have made yes.
It's not TikTok, it's Dick
But
Doc.
there was dudes on there making like $100,000 a year, with whatever.
There's people making way more than that.
Yeah,
on there.
they were making big money. So to shut that down, like that's your livelihood.
Yeah, well,
$100,000 a year is nothing. There's people making millions.
Millions?
Off of
Yeah,
TikTok.
but like
Yes.
when the North American Free Trade Agreement, there was people making billions of dollars that all of a sudden didn't.
Yeah.
When they decided to do that. So like, what's the big fucking deal? If you could close down like every factory in America and destroy manufacturing, you can't shut down one fucking thing that you don't want to. It's ridiculous. I just don't see it. Like if you look at the big picture, like what the big deal is.
It's been a crazy 2025 already, and there's more craziness to come. So let's talk about fucking trailers. Because it'll keep our mind off what the fuck's about to happen. The Marvel has finally released the trailer for Daredevil Born Again.
Geek boner.
Coming out on Disney Plus starting March 4th. And, well, Anthony, you got to look at this trailer.
Did.
What do you think of the tone and what we're seeing? It seems very dark and violent for a Marvel thing. I was kind of surprised and pleased.
Yeah, I was also pleasantly surprised. I think I sent it to my friends and did the hand clapping emoji and said it looks like the Netflix stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like they are continuing what they've done with Netflix with the tone and even with just the story. I mean, they're acknowledging everything that happened on Netflix. You've got the band back together. I did some research.
Okay.
And we knew originally this was supposed to be 18 episodes like they announced a long time ago. And they were filming it. Obviously, they didn't like what they saw. But originally, this was supposed to be a little bit lighter in tone, more episodic.
Oh.
And Daredevil didn't actually appear until 4 or 5 episodes in.
That's right. I remember this.
Story of the week type stuff. And they looked at it. They said it didn't work. And now they're doing more of the serialized Netflix down. I like it. I think, the 3 seasons of Netflix Daredevil, I thought were all really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of them. Season 2 probably the weakest, but I enjoyed all of them. So, why mess with a good thing? Just keep on. You already know. I mean, the formula works. So it looks like they're doing that, and I'm with it.
Yeah. In the meantime, we've seen him in No Way Home and in She-Hulk. Ruggs.
Yeah, that didn't work. So real quick, the She-Hulk stuff, while it was fun, it didn't really work.
Yeah.
This is what they need.
You didn't like Daredevil and Echo?
Yeah. Oh. You know what? He was cool in that brief episode, in the first episode. Right. That was all right. But him doing the walk of shame after banging Jen Walters, I don't know about that. And then also we have, D'Onofrio's Kingpin kind of Disneyfied in Hawkeye and Echo. So
two quick comments, and then Ruggs can go in.
Yeah.
2 things my the internet was pointing out. One, which I thought were funny. One, he's got all the different color masks. But for a blind guy, what does it matter?
How does he know which color it is? That's a good point.
Secondly,
he trusts his tailor.
Yeah.
Secondly, there was a debate online.
Yeah.
About in comics or in the Marvel universe or whatever, who fucks more, Matt Murdock or Peter Parker?
So Matt Murdock gets around. We see another new love interest. He's banged how many people?
Elektra.
Elektra.
Karen Page. Night Nurse.
Jennifer Walters. She-Hulk. Yes.
Right. But then if you think about the comics, right?
Yeah.
Like Peter Parker's bang, like Gwen Stacy, Mary
MJ,
Jane,
Black Cat, maybe not
Black
really.
Cat,
kinda.
Silver Sable,
He
right?
can pull. These both guys
They both
can pull.
pulling.
Oh my god!
I think Spider-Man's got a shorter list, but he definitely the quality of his chicks are off the charts.
He's not a hit and quit it kind of guy.
Matt Murdock is just getting with anything that fucks anything that moves. So the quality is not. So he's a good.
Matt Murdock's a real good Christian Catholic boy.
He's a good Catholic boy.
He's got quantity, and Parker's got quality. I think.
Yeah. But in the MCU right now, Matt Murdock's numbers.
He's the biggest. He's trying to go after Tony Stark's.
Absolutely, and we haven't even explicitly seen Stark, hook up with
other
anyone.
than the first movie.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Ruggs, what do you think? We see they're showing us bones breaking, legs snapping, blood. Wow.
I like it.
Wow.
I like.
Whoa.
Look.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna echo some of. Not echo, but I'm going to echo some of Anthony's thoughts.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. it does its best to make it seem like it is a version of the Netflix show. It does try and make you feel like it's going to be of the same caliber. It's possible. So I'm looking forward to it. It does look good. Will Disney fuck it up? I don't know. I mean, that's a tough bet to make. I don't know. It could go either way. But for right now, it looks pretty good. Mayor Wilson Fisk.
That's cool.
Looks pretty trim. I have to say.
Yeah, he looks pretty svelte.
He doesn't look like he's a fatso.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that's fine. I'm not really mad at that either. Yeah, I want to see how this all works out, how they do the Punisher, how they handle all this stuff. People actually die in violent fashion. So I'm hoping that it's good. I'm hoping that Marvel stepped up, fixed something that they thought was wrong. They noticed that there's something was going on, and they tried to right the ship. So let's see if it were. What I think is going to happen is that I think they're going to nail the tone, and I think they're going to nail like the feel of the show. But I think the show, because it's such a Frankenstein at this point, it's still going to be a sloppy mess. So it's going to be a messy show, but I think it's going to feel right. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
So that's my prediction.
No, that's how I feel too. I think they nailed the tone. It was dark, and it does remind me of the Netflix shit. And I'm really digging it.
Geek boner.
I will give it a geek boner. There's some interesting things like that conversation Fisk and Matt is having, and where he's like, "I thought you were done," and he goes, "A line was crossed." Like, what happened? Did he retire? The shot of the helmet falling from the sky is very interesting. You got Muse and White Tiger and Punisher. And it is sad that dude playing White Tiger passed away of cancer after filming his scenes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Who did you say before White Tiger? What name?
Muse, the guy with the black eyes and the blood. He seems like a serial killer. You see a lot of drawings on the wall. I don't know if he's physically a threat for Matt Murdock, but you see people hanging by chains.
Oh, I thought you meant Jason Mewes. Oh,
not Jason Mewes.
You forgot Poindexter.
Oh, and Wilson Bethel returning as Bullseye. A lot of characters, a lot of moving pieces. A quick shot of did you catch Michael Gandolfini? James Gandolfini's son.
I saw him.
Yeah, he's in one episode. He looks just like him. But some really nice shots with the backlighting and the smoke and the staircases. And then he's got a new love interest, which is also fascinating. No, this looks good. You got those bank robbers, and he's fucking them up. And the one shot of the bank robber breaking the dude's leg was kind of confusing. I was like, is that him? Who is this bank robber? But man, I can't wait till this comes out. I think it looks very good.
I'm curious what we got Wilson Fisk as the mayor. Daredevil stopped being a vigilante.
Yeah, he's got to come back.
And then you have all these characters, but I'm curious what the storyline is, because it's Born Again, which is Frank Miller's iconic Daredevil run comic.
Yeah.
But they already took elements of Born Again and put it into season 3.
Yep.
So I'm curious what the storyline is. And I know that when they did this originally with the 18 episodes, they were kind of doing a pun on Born Again. Not a pun, but a play on the words, as in Born Again for Marvel.
Oh, okay. Like Homecoming or something.
Yeah. But they're not doing that now. So I'm curious what the storyline is.
Well, isn't Born Again also where Karen Page is like a heroin addict and a lot of stuff? Yeah, and they did a lot of that already. So it might be just a name only. I love the moment where he screams and you hear like a little lion roar. You guys catch that?
I don't know.
That was weird. But I don't know if that alludes to the White Tiger. White Tiger, I think, is a good guy in the comics. Right?
You guys tell me. I don't know. I don't know anything about
White Tiger. He's been on the Avengers at some point.
It's like an anti-hero type.
Oh, he's like an anti-hero. But yeah, Muse seems interesting. And then just like all the screaming and the anguish at the end, the clips of the action, and it seems very violent. And yeah, I'm in. Hopefully they can nail the tone, which looks like they are. But to show this kind of head hitting the ground and the bones cracking in the trailer, I was like, all right, okay, they're not fucking around here.
Yeah,
So-
they're making they're definitely trying to make people like Ruggs go, man, Disney, they won't go all the way with this. They're definitely going, yeah, we're gonna show you in this trailer that we're at least attempting to go a little bit darker.
Very effective.
I think that the reason that it's called Born Again is because they're trying to signal to everyone that they're changing their ways. Marvel, hopefully. I don't know if this is the thing where, because did they do? I think isn't Born Again all about his identity getting revealed?
Yeah,
to
Fisk,
the Kingpin.
Fisk reveals his identity,
and then
everybody.
Fisk fucking starts fucking with Matt Murdock and using his bank accounts and shit like that, and keeping him from being a lawyer. And then he descends into madness.
Right? Yeah, he basically. Yeah, it's like similar to what Bane does to Batman in the Nightfall storyline, where he just sends him to the bottom pit, and then he has to find himself and come back up.
He breaks him. Yeah. But but how does
they're not going to do that here? I don't think.
No, because how does Punisher and Muse and Bullseye and fucking White Tiger, how do they all factor into this? I don't know. March 4th, we will find out. But again, you got to remember this and the next thing we're going to talk about, Captain America: Brave New World. These are the two projects that kind of were caught in the transition, and both projects were paused and redone and reshot.
Yeah, this one, when I mentioned earlier, they saw the footage and canned it.
Yeah.
They did have whoever the new showrunner is come in and look at whatever they had filmed and try to weave some of that into the new.
This is also them starting to actually hire showrunners and change how they make TV.
Yep.
And the all happening when the Bob Chapek, Bob Iger thing flipped back to Iger. So this is still all remnants of that. So hopefully after Captain America movie, they got their shit in order a little bit better. Listener, let us know what you think of this trailer. I posted it in our Facebook group, Jock and Nerd Nation. It is a closed group just for you.
Jock and Nerd.
A lot of people were digging the vibes and excited and hope that it's good. So you can leave your thoughts there. The only other thing that's important to mention this week is Captain America: Brave New World tickets have gone on sale, everybody.
Oh, shit.
Grab them while they're hot. And they put out a new trailer, a tickets go on sale trailer. Movie's coming out Valentine's Day, February 14th. So we're very close. First of all, I did already buy my tickets, and I bought the Thursday, 7 p.m. It was getting pretty full. It was 75% already bought the day the tickets went on sale. So that's interesting. They're also projecting this to open 85 to 95 million, 100 million over the 4-day. So their buzz has started. Ruggs, let's start with you this time. What'd you think of this trailer for tickets go on sale here?
I don't know if I saw it. I think I must have seen it because it opens with the Red Hulk, right? Doesn't it?
No, not this one.
No.
Well, I don't blame you for not remembering because it's kind of a lot of more recycled footage. I was kind of underwhelmed with this.
I did see a trailer that just dropped it opens with the Red Hulk. It opens with
that may have been a TV spot. Also,
maybe that's what I saw.
There's a little bit of new footage of him fighting missiles and the things, but it's a lot of the same shit. So I was a little underwhelmed. I don't know if they're going to put out a final trailer that has even more, or maybe they're going to save that because the movie's a mess. I don't know. Anthony, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm with Rug. I didn't even really know that the trailer came out. I watched it just now, and I got no opinion on it because it's
a lot of the same shit.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. At this point, they don't need to put out any more footage.
Probably not. We're less than a month away, but they keep playing that same clip with the "You're not Steve Rogers," and he goes, "I know. I've seen that."
I think that their strategy is to actually use the Hulk more.
Oh, in the trailers?
Anything that I've seen has been showing the Red Hulk.
So the trailer, the Get Tickets Now trailer, only has Red Hulk at the very end. You get a lot more of the Falcon, the new Falcon guy, and them working together, and some more Giancarlo Esposito actually says a line. And then, at the very end, there's a real quick Hulk thing, and then there's a tag with him in the suit, Danny Ramirez, Joaquin Torres. I did watch the Marvel put out that clip, the clip from the Falcon and Winter Soldier, the first episode. Remember that opening fucking action scene with him trying to save the guy that got kidnapped with the people who had the flying suits, and we'll go into a helicopter, and he's taking on helicopters, flying through the mountains.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was really good. I watched it again. I was like, holy shit, why couldn't the whole show been like this? It's fucking badass, and he's got Red Wing. He deploys Red Wing, flies through the helicopter, saves the dude. As the
that
missiles are
first
following
action
him.
scene was very memorable.
Holy shit, it was great. And so, yeah, it was a good rewatch. I forgot.
I just think the minute that Captain America, the fake Captain America, shows up, ruins it.
I don't know. He's kind of interesting, though, in that show. You do want to punch him because he's got a punchable face. But
right.
We'll see him in Thunderbolts. And, he was good in Monarch.
Sure.
Old Wyatt Russell. But, yeah, so that's it. Tickets are on sale. Any other thoughts on Captain America?
No.
Please.
Are you excited? What's your level of excitement, Imran?
I mean, it's growing a little bit. It's growing a tiny bit.
So you got like half of a chub? Like, what do you got?
It's like a half geek boner.
Geek boner.
I'm just excited because it's a Marvel movie, and we only got one last year, and I miss kind of the whole thing.
Like, I'll go see it. Like, I'm like, that's my, if I didn't have to do a show about it, I'd be like, I'll go see it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I'm not like, I can't wait to see this movie. I'm like, I'll go see it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Very like modest amount of enthusiasm.
Anthony, modest also?
Yeah, I'd say modest. I mean, I did see footage at Comic-Con. That was a while ago. I think I'm a little too close to the sun.
Yeah.
In terms of hearing about all the stuff internally about this movie. So that dampens my enthusiasm. But yeah, I would see it regardless.
I feel like that me having no expectations or very little
that could help.
So
honestly, I'm still a little bit nervous going because of all the behind the scenes shit.
Oh,
I'm just nervous what this final product is, and but to see Harrison Ford. Oh, you didn't notice a little detail in the end of this clip? Harrison Ford, he's turning into the Red Hulk, and his hand hits the ground, and the ground kind of like burns around his fingers. So I don't know if that's part of like whatever gamma radiation. But really, what is the plot of this movie? We know basic. There's somebody's targeted the president. There's somebody's pulling the strings, but I'm not really sure what it's about.
I'm going to just take a guess. Is that this whole what do you call it? The Eternal guy's hand sticking out of the water.
You got Tiamat's hand.
They're trying to strip it for. They're trying to strip it for some fucking shit that
possibly adamantium.
Yeah, whatever it is, they're trying to strip it down for some kind of material that's really powerful or in demand. And at the same time, they're trying to figure out this Hulk serum. They're trying to. All right, well, if this is going to be a new weapon, we're going to have our own weapon to counteract that. And it's going to be the two things kind of competing against each other. And then you got Cap in the middle trying to sort things out. Like both things kind of going wild, both people going after this material. And then the fact that there's this new serum that's Hulk based.
Oh, sure. Countries are probably fighting over whatever the minerals are in Tiamat.
Right.
But then you have like the leader and Giancarlo Esposito, Sidewinder. Where does he fit in? And Isaiah,
I feel like that the leader is probably maybe being working for the government to create the Red Hulk.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah. And Sidewinder, maybe he's hired by somebody. Liv Tyler is Betty Ross also in this. So that'll be interesting. Yeah.
I feel like, not to dampen this, but I feel like we've talked about this movie for so long.
Just fucking show me the movie now.
Right.
And we'll get there. All right. Enough with the Captain America. Let's take a break here, everybody.
Play some promos?
Come back. Talk about Squid Game 2 right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Throwback Thursday from the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast. Along with my co-host, Bill. Every Thursday, we bring you classic hip-hop.
Classic.
All the good stuff. The stuff that you forgot about. The golden age, pre-golden age, back to the original era.
For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Each week, we bring you hip-hop headlines. So we let you know what's going on with your favorite artists from back in the day. We bring you Wu News. We dedicate an entire segment just to the Wu-Tang Clan every week.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
We bring you 2 records. One is a one and done. One is a record of the week. We give you an artist of the month. We give you all the classics.
Classic. Straight classic.
Come and check us out. Every week we're on iTunes, Stitcher, and at MrThrowbackThursday.com. And if you remember nothing else, always remember, new school stale, old school fresh.
Was A Quiet Place inspired by Signs, It Comes at Night, and War for the Planet of the Apes? Was Ready Player One influenced by Avatar, Wreck-It Ralph, and The Last Starfighter? Is The Hurricane Heist more influenced by Sharknado or Geostorm? These are the kinds of questions my guest co-hosts and I discuss on my podcast, Piecing It Together. Every week we look at a new movie and try to figure out what other movies inspired it. Whether it's the story, the character development, tone, or even use of music. Every movie was influenced by something that came before, and we want to figure out what. Check out Piecing It Together on your favorite podcast app or check us out on piecingpod.com. You can also follow us on social media at piecingpod. Piecing It Together is a part of the All Points West podcast network.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy the show, this is a great time to check out our fan club on Patreon. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd.
You can give back. We appreciate all the support. You can give back on a monthly or annual basis. And you get access to things like an exclusive podcast feed where the shows come out a little bit early. And there's bonus content, instant reactions to movies, bonus post-show content, and sometimes a sports show called Jock Talk. Like this week, Anthony.
We did do one. Me and Sir Chasington of Boulder, Colorado.
Sir Chaslington the 7th. Really? The Chaslington?
The Chaslington, yeah, he was on again, and we talked a little college football playoff. So
nice. So, yeah.
Out.
If you're looking,
I like sports.
If you're looking for the actual Jock content, it's not here. This is a bait and switch.
It's never going to be here, yeah. I think we did one episode where it was all Jock stuff.
Was it? We talked about UFC that one time.
No, but there was one where I hosted, and it was all Jock talk the entire time.
Was that fun?
That was a long time ago.
Should we do that again?
Maybe one day.
That could be funny. But if you want the real Jock stuff, Patreon, sign up. And you can also join us for our monthly Discord hangouts. And it's come up again. It's been another month has gone. The next hangout is this week, January 23rd.
Oh, boy.
Thursday.
I won't be there.
Oh, come on.
Floppy Jock.
Okay, Ruggs.
I'll be in Seattle for work.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ruggs will be there, right, Ruggs?
Sure.
Yes, I can always depend on Ruggs. Lots of fun at these. And
just remind me. I don't want to.
I will. Don't worry.
Forget and go to sleep or something.
Yes. It's just put it in your calendar, listener, Patreon members. Sign up. You could join us. There's still time. All over at jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Okay. Let's get to this week's review. We are going to be discussing the second season of Squid Game. They call it Squid Game 2. Squidward. Not SpongeBob. Squid Game Season 2. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Of course, this is a Netflix show, and we had to wait a long time for season 2. The first season came out in 2021. Of course, was a huge fucking hit. And it took them a little longer than I would have liked to come out with the second season, as I think a lot of like YouTubers and content creators kind of made imitation Squid Games. You got Mr. Beast doing Beast Games and shit in the meantime. But the OG is back, coming out late in 2024, December 26th. 7 episodes.
On my birthday.
Oh, this was a birthday present for Anthony. Yes. And people seem to dig it, as within the first 3 days of release, the second season had 68 million views, according to Netflix, exceeding the record for that they had held by Wednesday, the show Wednesday, at 50 million during its premiere week. But Netflix is saying this season ranks number 1 in 92 countries. That's coming from Netflix.
Did you hear him?
What did he? Was that a burp?
Something came out of him.
Are you okay over there, Rux?
I told you before we came on, I have gas.
All right, that was great. I'm gonna leave that in. I thought it was your chair squeaking, but
I was just trying to let it out and hope that no one noticed. They were just kept going. But Anthony was. I think if I didn't say anything before, because before we came on, I said I have gas. I think he was perked up, ready to receive that message. So
Well, I received it.
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Well,
anyways, the show created
Continue.
by Korean television producer Hwang Dong-hyuk. And as far as cast, the one guy's returning, of course, Lee Jung-jae, saw in The Acolyte, learned English to be in a Star Wars show as Sung Ji-yeon, and a bunch of other Korean actors. I'm not going to go over their names. I feel
there's the guy that played the villain from G.I. Joe.
Oh, which one was he?
Storm Shadow.
Yeah, he's the front man.
Oh, Tom Choi is the front man. He was Storm Shadow.
He was also in Terminator Genesis.
Oh, he was in
T-1000
Genesis.
variant.
Yeah. And then you have some other cast members who are like real big in Korea, former K-pop stars and other things, big names. Anthony.
Before we start.
Yeah.
And then you can ask me your question.
Yeah.
I just want to know, because this will bug me. The answer Imran gives me might bug me. Did you guys watch it in subtitles or did you watch it dubbed?
You're not going to like my answer.
Ruggs, what did you watch it in?
I, of course, watched it dubbed. The whole thing.
Jesus.
I also watched it dubbed with the captions on. Look,
horrible.
It's just easier.
Oh, it's not.
Because you can look away briefly and still follow what's going on.
But the words, the lips don't match what they're saying.
It don't matter. You know, they have AI, though,
horrible.
that's pretty
I grew up watching Godzilla movies.
I know. It's a little more understandable with Ruggs.
Yeah.
A little bit because of the Godzilla stuff.
The dub is actually not bad. And
horrible.
I don't know, they have this technology. I don't know if they started using it yet, but they can redub and the AI will make the lips match the English or whatever language on the show.
Right.
I don't think they're doing that, but
they're not doing that.
But I just was like, listen, I need to watch this, and if I watch it with subtitles, it's going to take me twice as long. So
it's just a fraction easier, right?
Like I have the subtitles on anyway.
Yeah, me too. I have the captions on, and if they're providing a quality dub, then it's totally worth using it. Like if it was shitty, I wouldn't listen to it. But the dub's not bad. It's not bad.
I hate you both.
Yeah, we already failed.
Oh shit!
So you watched it in Korea?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What I want to know, Anthony,
obviously with subtitles.
Yeah,
yes.
No, just so you had
the way that I see it, if it was a movie, I would watch it absolutely with
sure.
But
yeah.
When I'm watching multiple episodes and I got to stay tuned in and locked in,
I get
try and get through it.
Yeah,
I gotta just do it a dub thing.
I feel the same way. Yes, but if it's like a 2-hour movie, I'll watch the original. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, Anthony, did you like the first season?
Of course.
Yeah.
First season was awesome.
Yeah,
it was a surprise hit of that year. Became a pop culture thing. The ding, ding,
yeah,
ding.
I
heard that
music.
mixed into EDM shows.
Yeah.
The masks, everything. It was
huge phenomenon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They looked great first season.
Ruggs, you liked the first season too, right?
I did. Thought it was very good.
Yeah, me too, man. The show sucked me in. All right, so Anthony, season 2.
Yeah.
Catch us up. Where are we at? What if you want to give a quick synopsis overall? What happens?
Season 2. It's 3 years after season 1. Sung Gi-han, we'll just call him.
Yeah,
has all the money, but he's been searching for a way to get back at these bastards and take down the Squid Game. And he finally stumbles upon the guy he's been looking for from season 1, the dude with the nice suit, and in the train station, and he's hired some people to find him, and now he's obsessed and he's following the leads to get to whomever is running the Squid Game, but these motherfuckers are a step ahead of him, and they capture him. And Gi-han makes a deal with them. He says, "Put me back in the fucking game." So he's back in the game because he wants to be back in the game to potentially take it down from the inside. So now we have a new season of a new cast of characters that we got to learn about in this season of Squid Game.
Yep.
But we have Gi-han, who's in it and is trying to take it down. But we also have people from the outside. We have the cop from the first season and a whole crew of people from there that are trying to get in from the outside. But we have a wild card as well.
Yes.
Because you hit the spoiler button, right?
I did.
Spoiler alert.
Big part of this season is the fact that the front man, who is the brother of the cop that got shot in the first season, the cop that was searching for his brother. Brother shoots him, falls off a cliff. That front man has put himself in the game. He's player one.
Crazy twist.
In the game.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Player number one.
I think that was the end of episode 3 or 4.
A real early twist, too. Yeah. Like, you know, they didn't save it for the end. They were like, we're going to lead with this. Yes, meanwhile, the brother who got shot is recovered and kind of he's on traffic duty because he's done trying to find the island, but then wants to find the island again. Whatever. Still looking for his brother. Okay, so
he gets hooked up with Gihan and start working.
Yeah, together. He does. Yes, and because he recognizes him. Overall thoughts, Anthony. What'd you think of season 2?
One of the big questions I had when I saw the trailer for season 2 was, how is Gihan back in the game? Why does he get in the game?
Yeah.
Why would he ever go back? And they answered that, and I think they did a pretty decent job figuring out a way to get him back in the game. So that's a nice little wild card, right? Is you got him who's been in the game.
Yes.
In the game again.
Yes.
You don't want this to be completely repetitive, right? So you have the front man in the game.
Yeah.
He's like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
In the game. You're wondering when he's going to unleash and do his thing where he gives up the charade here. But then you have the new characters and you have new games too. So all that to say is I thought this was a really fun season to watch. Was completely hooked, and I can't wait for season 3.
Nice. Ruggs, opening thoughts overall?
I thought the first 2 episodes were kind of like meh. And then once they kind of get the guy and then the guy that they're looking for, and all of a sudden these things start falling into place, it just locks in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's back to like first season, like the same kind of thrills.
Yeah.
And twists and turns of the first season. You know that there's these games, but they changed up the games, and they have, you know, they're 2 inside people working against each other, and you're aware of it. And then on top of that, you got the outside forces trying to find this thing. And then so there's the cops trying to find the island, and then there's subterfuge going on in there. So it's pretty interconnected, and at the same time, like there's just all this opposing force. It's like a chess game that's happening in front of you. So it's quite gripping, and I feel like it was really good, and I think all the new characters were great. And there's even like it ends on a big cliffhanger, because it just like cuts right in the middle, like where like all the third act is about to happen, right?
Yep.
So now I'm like, I can't wait to see how this resolves itself. It could go a million different ways. So yeah, I'm all in on it. I think everybody should watch it. If you like the first season, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree. I really enjoyed this season. The world building, how they've expanded, is great. You know, it is, like you said, they give us some different things. They're showing us the outside world, the search. They've introduced you to one of the guards, and you meet this girl in the beginning. You think she's gonna be a contestant, and she's one of the guards. So that was great insight.
That was a good twist.
Because the whole time I'm like, who are these people that are just willingly take this job to just murder fucking people? Like, who are these people? It's fucking crazy. But I'll agree with Ruggs. The first 2, it took a little bit of setup, but once they get into the games, it jumps in, it kicks in. My only nitpick is how it ended, is because we only get 3 games and 3 rounds of voting, and so I was expecting more. But, however, when I thought about it some more, I do like how it ends where Ji-young is at his lowest. You know, he's trying to help. He's got sort of a plan that he does, but where they cut it off is everything's gone to shit. And the front man being right there was so fascinating, because I kept wondering, do the guards know? Did he instruct people not to get shot? Like, would he have gotten shot if he lost the game? How far was he going to let this play out before he stops it? And you see exactly how far. So,
well, and what's cool about the front man too, sorry to interrupt him, Ron, real quick, is his performance is so captivating. At some points I'm going, wait, is he turning?
Right. You forget.
Is he getting sympathy for these people? Because he's shooting the guards and he saves Gi-han during the kid game stuff with the bags.
Yep.
or the hacky sack or whatever. Like there's a lot of little things he does where it's like, what is his motivation here? How far is he going to let it play out? So.
And he takes his side when, they have the discussion about whether to leave or stay. So he's several steps ahead. It's fucking fascinating, the fact that nobody knows what he looks like, except we do notice one guard, I think, recognized him right before he got shot in the head in that last thing. So fantastic. It was great. I can't wait for the rest of this season. I feel like I just wish he didn't have enough story for one season and to break it into. I guess it's fine.
I don't know. I did have some issues with some small things.
Okay.
And mainly this whole convention, say they introduced this new thing where they could stop at any time and go home.
Yeah, but yes, there's a vote.
And I feel like that was a little bit so contrived because, like, I think at a certain point after people start dying, that people want to go home.
You know what? I would have thought that too, but you have several things, like they know that he's been in there. So, one of the arguments for him being in there is these games will kill you. We need to stop this. But the other side has a good argument. They're like, you've won this, so we have an advantage. Why wouldn't we continue?
Well, not only that, but they also, some of these people are like really dire.
Oh debt. Yeah.
Like they do a whole spiel where it's like, if we leave without the money, we're as good as dead anyways.
Yeah. So they got nothing to lose. So if you have nothing to lose, okay, we'll get it. It's fascinating things. We'll get into that. I want to just start by talking about the first 2 episodes a little bit, the setup, because you get some interesting, crazy things with the recruiter character. I thought was very interesting. And who are these? It was confusing. These mercenaries. They're not. They weren't cops. He just hired mercenaries.
Well, yeah, he has.
Well, another thing
has all this money.
Another thing that they introduced is that they could kill each other, and then and they would get the money.
No, but that was always the case in the last one too.
No, that was the case in the last one.
Yeah, you just had to figure that out. They let them get there by themselves, being like, "Hey, if we just kill these people in the middle of the night, then there's less players, and it all counts, and they're not going to stop us."
That happened in the first season.
Yeah, that happened sooner.
The vote is also something in the first season. They just don't play it up as much.
Yeah. I mean, the voting, it kind of slowed it down, but each time they had the vote, it was very tense and the drama was great. But
those first 2 episodes, I'm going to disagree with you guys. I liked those first 2 episodes. Right. Yeah, because what I liked about those episodes was it right away starts off as something a little different.
Yeah.
It's this kind of this game of a chase, right? He's trying to figure out what's going on, how to get to these guys, how to find that dude in the suit. I like that it felt different.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, if you're going to do a season 2, don't do it exactly the same. I liked it. I liked the fact that he's just holed up in a hotel. I liked like his whole mission, and he's basically like living a life just to kill these people. And then I even like the twist of the guy that he owes money from the first season now working for him.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think any of that stuff on paper is bad. I think actually all of it is good. I feel like the way it was paced, it wasn't like wasn't dialed in. It took me a while to get dialed in, which is not a bad thing. That happens with a lot of shows. But I'm just saying, like, for some reason when it opened, even though they were doing all the right things and doing this interesting stuff, it didn't grab me until like I knew that we were getting somewhere with it. You know what I mean? Like until I saw the fruits of it happening, where like, oh, they were going to get this guy, and this guy was coming on board, and he did have the money to do all the stuff, and he was all in on it.
Well, they had a lot of things, a lot of pieces to set and get in motion, right? You had to have Ji-Yun's thing in motion. You had to have the cops thing in motion. They introduce you to that North Korean defector girl who you think is going to be a player. She's a mascot. And then you got the dad with the baby who's got cancer. But can we talk about the recruiter? Like, some of the crazy shit in these first 2 episodes was this recruiter. First, the thing he does with the lottery cards and the food with the homeless
pretty
people.
Diabolical.
I was like, what the fuck? I thought originally, he gives them the option of like lottery card or food. I thought everyone who picked the lottery card, he was going to try to recruit, right? Because they were willing to give things a chance.
He was just doing it for fun.
He just did it for fun to torture them, and he spills all the bread. He goes, "Remember, you wasted this food, not me," and then just starts stomping on perfectly good. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then when he captures the dudes that are following him and makes them play rock paper scissors and Russian roulette at the same time, that was fucking brutal.
Pretty diabolical.
Yeah, because
I liked when he does it with Gihan.
Yes,
and he has. There is some sort of code to these guys because he does play the game and end up losing, and then he does shoot himself.
Yeah, and like after that,
and Gihan gets to talk shit to him and just be like, "You're a dog.
Yeah,
you just take orders." I love the Gihan's line to him because right before that, he's taunting Gihan and being like, "You're a coward. You're going to take this gun and shoot me."
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then Gihan calls his bluff and then just gets to like talk shit to him as he's about to kill himself.
That shit was crazy. That guy is so evil, and like you're counting the bullets, and he knows as soon as that fifth click that it's the next one, and he just fucking blows himself away anyways. And he tells him the key is in my pocket. That was crazy. I also like they had a good plan putting the tracker in his tooth. I thought it was a solid plan. Did not pan out, and they have no idea where the fuck he is. Okay, let's get to the games then, and some of these new characters and how
I have some questions too. So
yeah,
when you've exhausted yours, I have some questions we can get to as well.
Okay, I love we're meeting some of these new characters. There's a
questions as debating like topics to talk about.
Oh, okay. You meet there's a dude with his mom there. There's a pregnant girl there. There's a rapper named Thanos with purple hair, very colorful character. I loved all these new characters. And they knock him out in the limo and he wakes up in the dorm. And before he can even tell them anything, they got to do fucking red light, green light. And I loved how he was kind of running it and telling everyone, hold. And it was fucking wild. He saves a lot of people.
Well, they do a nice little red herring where you meet a girl that's a pretty good looking girl that I think Thanos is into.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, she's going to be one of the characters, and she's one of the first people to get shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The bee moment, and then Thanos fucking pushes a whole row of people down in red light.
He's on, what is he on?
I don't, he's
on ecstasy?
No, but he said it wasn't ecstasy. The guy goes, ecstasy? What is he? He goes like, no, it's something better. So I don't know what the fuck he was taking.
Fentanyl or something, maybe.
But he was just dancing and having a good time in that little cross.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah. Looks like it was like Smarties candy in that fucking cross. I want some of that, whatever that is.
How did he get in that into there? And
I don't know how he snuck that in because it does get used as a weapon. But yeah, so then we do the vote and you have the moment where he tells everyone, I was already in these games, and almost gets everyone to leave. But that's when we discover player 001 and it's the front man. That was fantastic.
Well, no, even before that though, there's the scene where he saves the dude. It's him and the I don't want to be insensitive,
The
but
trans
it's him.
character.
Yes, him, her.
Yeah.
She helps
She was
him.
great. Yeah.
Get that guy across the finish line.
Oh, yes.
That's hurt, but it's already past the time. And they get him past.
They get him past, but
he's beat up.
He's out. He was shot.
And then the girl that we thought was going to be in the game, the North Korean girl, shoots him, right?
Number 11. And number 11 has this whole storyline where they're still harvesting the organs and they still need a couple of people kind of alive to harvest the organs. And she just goes around and makes sure everyone's fucking dead.
Well, so let me ask you guys a question about that.
Yeah.
Are the people harvesting the organs undermining the game?
I think so.
They're like their own little clique, right?
Yeah, I think
they're trying to make their own like side profit off of it.
Because that's what they were doing the first season. And he even mentions, remember, like we had a doctor who was a player and then we got an actual doctor. So I don't know if the people who run the game know that this little side mission,
but this girl is just like, fuck it.
Yeah, she's like, no,
I'm loyal to the game.
I mean, they even call her out and she's like, I'm just doing my job. That's what you told me to do. I'm like, who are these people that just fucking shoot people?
She's gonna, I think that little storyline is gonna cause the Squid Game from the inside to start tearing itself apart again.
Oh, maybe she flips or helps them? Because you also notice...
No, not flips and helps them.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is these guys aren't supposed to be doing that.
Yes.
And it's gonna cause some internal stuff, and they're gonna start killing each other internally.
Yeah, like I think that it's going to be like they don't want to be found out that they're fucking doing this shit.
Right.
So they're going to start.
She can out them if she's not on
she
board.
Might out them.
Yeah. I also like how she notices the father, right? She had that interaction with the girl in the hat, and she keeps seeing him, and like, I don't know if she'll shoot him because she knows
I thought he was dead.
No, I think he survives towards the. I don't know.
Oh no, you're talking about the father
Wasn't
at
he in
the amusement park.
Wasn't he in the shootout at the end?
He might have gotten killed at the end. Actually, you might be right.
He's in the game.
The father from the amusement park is in the game.
Yes.
She's the one she keeps looking at him. That's the dad, and so I don't know if
he gets killed at the end, right?
I think he does get killed in the that last.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that go into the firefight, and so anyway, at some point they dropped that the trans person in the show, was a soldier.
Yep,
and I was like, all right, any moment this chick is gonna start kicking everyone's ass,
and she did. She's badass, bro.
She did.
Yeah,
and so I was glad to see that. That was a fun little thing.
I love when she showed everybody how to use a fucking rifle.
Well, I think this is an appropriate time to ask.
Yeah.
I don't know if Imran wrote it down. I didn't look at your notes. Sorry, Imran. Of the new characters, which one do you like best?
Oh, I don't even know.
I'll tell you what. Who I didn't like, Thanos, appropriately annoyed the shit out of me. I don't think you're supposed to like him. But
okay, I'll answer since I put you guys on the spot.
Yeah,
I enjoy the trans character. I would say their name, but I just don't know what their name is. The trans character I thought was my favorite because she has a lot of depth.
Yeah,
she at one point votes to keep the game going.
Yeah, right.
She's an old military person. At first, the old lady's disgusted by her.
Yeah.
And then by the end, the old lady is inviting her over to her house and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the trans character was really good, but I there's a lot of characters in there, but I thought the trans character was my favorite.
I kind of like the mom and son pair. They had an interesting dynamic. Great. Yeah. And
when he votes to stay in the game and she doesn't.
Yeah. And she's like, you're a dumb piece of shit. What are you doing? I mean, it reminded me of like I was in there with my mom. Like what? But I was like, "What are you doing in there with your mom and with the pregnant girl? What are you doing in there, pregnant? This is not a good idea."
What about the guy who gets the girl pregnant?
Well, yeah. So you got a crypto guy who's people are coming after him.
MG Coin.
MG Coin launched a coin just like
you think he's got a redemption story coming?
I think so because he was trying to save her towards the end.
Well, he kind of does redeem himself because he gets bullied throughout, and then he's the guy that kills Thanos.
Yeah, he ends up stabbing Thanos. Man, when they give him forks for dinner, I was like, and
they give him forks with the sushi rolls.
Yeah, we're like, this is not
it's not right.
They know,
Well, no, they know exactly. They know what they're doing.
Yep. They're like, this is the time to stab people. Here's your weapons. So, but I mean. Honestly,
Ruggs. Wait, Ruggs. Who do you like?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I was kind of cool into the front man. I was like,
me too. I was going to say that.
Found him to be the most interesting character in the game.
I would allow the front man because we don't really get to know him in the first season.
Yeah.
So the front man is also really intriguing.
Very fascinating. He almost gets caught when he says his name. He goes, "How do you know my name?" He goes, "Oh, I heard somebody say it."
Oh, that's right. He does say his name way earlier than he should have.
So there is a theory out there that possibly, remember last season, the old man, Ilnam, who played and died, and then we learned that he was the creator of the games?
Yeah.
There is a theory that the front man and the brother are possibly his children. Something with the milk. When they're drinking the milk, he's like, "I can't drink this." And he gives it to the pregnant girl. And the old man...
What does the milk have to do with it?
The old man similarly had something with not drinking the milk, or he was lactose intolerant. I don't know. I read some theory somewhere. But it could kind of make sense.
Don't drink the milk. It's spoiled.
That front man would be that dude's...
I love the front man scene where he's helping Gi-hun's friend from the military, the older dude.
Yeah.
And they're in that game where you have to get inside the doors.
Yes.
Mingle. They boot one guy out, and then there's already a dude in there that's just like, I was in here first.
Yes.
And then he goes and fucking breaks his neck.
Yes.
And then Gi-hun's friend is like trying to tell them about him, but then he's like,
that would be the first thing I would say. Be like, bro, this dude just murdered a dude, but no, he gets away, he stops, and I was like, but he saved their life. Like there was no other option at that point. If he hadn't killed that dude, they would have just shot him.
Right.
But yeah, why? And I was like, tell Gi-hun what just happened. What are you doing?
Then eventually he doesn't because he's like, oh, this place is making everyone crazy.
Yeah. They pull that shit where they don't tell people things a little bit. I was like, just the first thing be like, oh, that was great. This dude murdered a guy, by the way. Let's carry on. Wait, let's.
What do you think about the exterior story?
The fight. Okay, yeah. So you do have a thing with this captain of this boat being helpful at first, driving the guy around all the islands, and they find a door.
Well, let's go back to this. So the cop kid, he is, and Guion as well. He's using this boat guy to try and find this island, and you find out at the very end of this arc of episodes that this guy's been playing a long con the whole time.
Yeah. So who is he working?
And he's been working for the.
He's working for the front.
And
man.
he's the guy he's the guy that's revealed to in the beginning have saved the cop and nursed him, brought him back.
He found him after he got shot. That's right.
But did he find him?
Oh, or was he?
Or was he told to find? Yeah, told to find.
Yeah, because the whole time he's like, "Oh, what's that? A drone? That's very interesting. I've never seen. This is amazing."
Right.
And then he's fucking with the drone, and then he just stabs the drone operator.
And maybe he's been not leading them to the island on purpose. Yeah, he's probably not been.
He must
leading them to the
know
island.
where it is. But then, what was that island with that blue door? It's just a decoy island they have set up. That blue killed a couple of them.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a crazy twist.
That was a twist I didn't see coming.
I didn't see that coming.
Sure.
I was like, this old man's very helpful. I don't know how they're gonna find him. The tracker's gone.
Well, now you know though that tracker, which is in his tooth, that's how the Squid Game people found out about it, because the fisherman man told them about it.
Oh, sure.
He's the only guy that knew that it was in his tooth.
They got people everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the second game, in episode 6.
Jesus Christ, you want to talk about each game? All right, go ahead.
I want to talk about each game because there's some fun fucking things. What did you guys think about this game? These fun little Korean kid games in a circle. And
if you're going to build up each game, you got to talk about the fact that Gi-hun was predicting that it was going to be that the puzzle game where you take the shapes
Honeycomb.
out of the and then everyone gets surprised that it's this other game, this pentathlon 6-legged game.
I mean, they did throw him off by keeping red light, green light, right? And then they're asking him, and he's like, "Oh, I know what's going to happen," but nobody thought for one moment that maybe the games are going to be different.
My favorite part of this episode, I thought this episode was great. I like that the old lady and the pregnant lady and the trans person are the people that get through first.
Yes,
and they have everyone
that team
cheering
was
for
great.
them.
Yeah,
but I love the part where the voodoo lady,
the shaman lady,
is trying to do the top.
Yeah,
she can't get it, and she's freaking out. And the trans lady just slaps her across the face.
She's like, "Get your shit together." No, some of these games suck. Like if you throw the rock and it doesn't hit, now you got to go get the rock and you're strap 6 people together, and then it ends for those guys pretty badly. That first group, But when the guy keeps missing the rock himself,
and he's pissing himself, and then when he finally hits it and his foot is across the line, I was laughing so hard.
Fail.
They're like, "You idiot!"
Yeah. Yeah, and so it was fun when they you go backwards. It was clever, and then I love how it ended where you have our main group, and then you have another group, and it's like 5 people we've never met, so they're gonna fucking die, and then they finish, and they're like, "Yeah," and then you just hear gunshots across as the other team is just murdered. Man, you got to sit around and watch them put those bodies in boxes.
Well, it's funny because you just see the track just get more and more full of blood every round.
Just every section, there's like a pool of blood.
These guys all got to wear white Vans.
Oh yes, it's just blood getting all over them.
Well, I love that last part too, where these guys, the main crew, Gi-hun and he's with Young Il and the crew, and they're killing it. And then fucking Young Il is the one that starts fucking up.
He could have front man could have got them all shot. He can't throw a top. What are you doing?
Right.
But then and then he saves them with the kicking the thing at the very end. That was great.
But you can see, I think what's cool about that episode too is Young Il, the front man. It seems like the way they're playing is he's actually legitimately getting freaked out and frustrated that he can't do this.
Yeah.
I think there's a part of him, that character, that wants to see how he would do in the game.
Why is that? Why would he put himself in the game? I understand to watch over Ji-yeon because he knows, but I think you're right. I think
there's a part of him, his ego is let's see how I would do in this.
He's like, I'm making all these fuckers do this. I should be able to do it. And you could see him get frustrated.
Well, no. Don't you remember? He won the game.
Oh.
He's won the game before.
The front man did.
Yes.
That's how he gets that job.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Remember in the first season, the cop figures out who's won the games, and he's one of them. And then he takes off his mask,
and it's his brother,
and it's him, and his brother, and then he shoots him.
Oh,
so he's played in the game before, so he's doing what Gi-hun's doing and being in the game again.
Right? Yeah, I forgot about that because it was 4 fucking years ago.
Right.
I can't remember. Okay, so then
what do you think his motivation is, though?
Well, I mean, the initial motivation is to undercut Gi-hun at some point.
Right.
He knows that Gi-hun's trying to take down the game, but I also think the secondary motivation is him, like, his ego and being like, let me see how I do in the game again. How can I play this? So how far can I get?
I was thinking, does he know that he can get out when he wants to, or does he have to play through the whole game?
That's the confused. That's the part where I'm like, does he have an out clause, or would they shoot him?
Would they shoot him?
Didn't the other guy get out last time?
Which one?
The old guy.
He did.
Yeah, he faked his death.
That's right. And then he was in the hospital bed at the
end.
Maybe he has a similar scenario where he can.
Yeah.
But I was like, did he not tell the guards? Like, did he really risk getting shot? Was he all in on joining the game? It's kind of crazy.
I mean, he does wear a mask, so nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone knows who he is.
No. And then you get another vote, and then this time the vote doesn't go their way exactly. And you get a lot more blues to stay, right? What else happens in that one?
No, we were talking about the games and run.
Oh, okay. Well, there's votes in between. And then we get to Mingle, which is a crazy game on a giant rotating Lazy Susan and 50 doors. And then a random number comes out and you have to grab a group and get into a room within 30 seconds. Very stressful. It's a fucking stressful game.
I like this one too because of the fact that it breaks people's alliances.
Yes.
So, for example, the voodoo lady all of a sudden hates them because they break it off with her because they call out 4.
Yeah.
And the nerdy guy, Park Min-soo, who's hanging out with Thanos.
Yeah.
Him and that girl are supposed to be in alliance, but then he betrays her.
Yeah.
So you're just seeing all these little fractions in the relationship. And you see the mom and son get separated.
They got separated. That was heartbreaking. I was like, oh shit. And then you see him murder someone at the end. And like he kind of knows the game because he mentions, he's like, there's 50 doors. They're going to call 2 to get it down to 100. Like
he knows what's going on.
Yeah, he kind of gave him the hint.
When you say he, you mean the front man.
The front
right?
man, yes.
You got to keep in mind the listeners don't know what you're talking about.
The front man. This is also where the forks come out and people suddenly realize we could just kill each other. You get the bathroom brawl. You get the MG coin stabbing Thanos right through.
Well, before that, though, you even have MG coin. Uni is about to go in the room with the alliance she has, but she gets stopped, and the trans person is going to go get her.
Oh, yes.
And MG Coin dude gets in there right before, and they're all like, what the fuck, man?
Yes. And she gets shot right in front. But
and then he's like, yeah, well, you guys all would have died.
They would have. There was not enough time. She was not going to get it. But that was sad because they were forming a quite a close friendship.
Like a family.
Yeah.
Because the old lady, the mom, wants to like invite them all over for dinner.
She's like, oh, we're all neighbors. When we get out, I'm going to cook your food. Let's go. And then they do another vote, and this one comes up like 50-50. Straight draw. So they're like, well, we're going to vote again tomorrow.
Did you think at that point that the front man was going to reveal himself?
No, I don't know, because he stepped, because Ji Young was going to, he started talking like, you guys are crazy. And then the guy steps in and backs him up and essentially tells everyone you're crazy to continue. But he voted X like every time, right? Front man? No?
First time he voted.
First time he voted in. But then
I'm saying when it was 50-49 and he could tie it, did you think that he was going to, at that point, reveal that he's not completely on them and vote to keep the game going?
I didn't know which way he was going to go. I really was not sure. It could have, because I was like, he could go either way and justify it, sort of.
What do you mean, how could he justify?
I mean, I don't think he had any idea that they were going to do a revolt. So he was still banking on it, just the game's going on and him kind of, using his luck.
Yeah. But then you have the revolt. which I thought.
Let's talk
I was
about
like,
this
where's
plan.
this going?
Yeah.
And then the revolt thing I thought was a nice little twist.
I mean, I thought it was a decent plan, right? At this point, Gia knows they got forks. They're going to come kill us in the middle of the night. What are we going to do? And he has to sacrifice a lot of good people. A lot of the exes get fucking murdered right as this thing starts. And their plan is to just don't do anything.
Well,
hide
I
in the
love
beds.
the front man being like, wait, how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
What's your plan?
Yeah.
And then once Gi-hun confirms that there's going to be a lot of people that get sacrificed, the front man's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I'm good with
See,
this.
once I would have gotten the guns,
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
killed everybody else in the game and be like, all of us have guns,
Oh,
we split
shit.
it.
And there's 6 left and we win.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's a good one. So the front man also has to consider, like, there's people watching this. He has paying customers, I imagine, that are looking
that's
for
why
bloodshed.
actually what your plan, Rug Boy, I don't think that would be allowed because they do stop the killing in the middle of the night because
the
they need
guys
the
come in.
games to
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't have everyone die.
Yeah, so the plan is to let them kill a couple of people until the guards rush in, and then we're going to take their guns. And they put up a pretty good resistance. The set, I thought, was amazing. Like the center staircase, MC Escher, pink set is fantastic. All the sets in this show are fucking fantastic. But they put up a good fight. And that one dude who said he was in the military kind of freaks out.
He pulls what is that movie? Private Ryan?
Oh, yes, where he
Where
just...
the dude just gets paralyzed with fear and can't do anything?
Yeah, this guy who's bragging about being in the military to GM's friend just needs to bring the fucking ammo back. I was like, bro, you have it. Just bring them the fucking clips.
But you could see right before that, though, when with the way he's shooting the gun,
Yeah, he didn't
he's
want to be
wasting
there.
all his bullets.
He didn't want to be
He's
there.
just out of it.
Because he volunteers. He's like, no, I'll go get the fucking weapons or the ammo. I don't want to do this. And he fucking loses it. And this is as far as Frontman's going to let this plan play out.
Right.
As they make it all the way almost up the staircase. Like he could have had him. And then he goes around the back and shoots the guys he's with. And then comes back as the front man and shoots his buddy right in front of Gia. That was fucking, that was brutal.
Shoots Jung Bae. The
Jung
trans
Bae,
person does actually go back, get the weapons.
Yeah. But it's too late.
Too late, and the old lady stops her from getting involved in the fight, and then everyone else, including I guess the dad of the girl with cancer.
Yeah,
they all get shot.
Gets killed or even after they.
The only person that
surrender.
doesn't get shot is Gi-hun.
Yeah, no, because I don't know why he's keeping him around. The front man.
You think he throws him back into the game?
I think he does. I mean, the games are going to continue. We got to have 3 more games. Like, there's going to be more. What the reasoning is for this, I'm not sure.
But the front man's still not revealed to him.
No, they don't know. Yeah, he thinks.
Yeah,
the Gi-hun thinks Young Il died.
Right. He fakes his death with the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And I just wish
they've written. Go ahead.
No, there was a moment where the cop could have told Ji Young. The cop doesn't even tell Ji Young that my brother is running the game.
Well, but I don't think he wants to because I think he wants to save his brother.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he wants Gi-hun to kill his brother.
Oh, that's true.
So I don't think that's out of it. I don't think it's how would I say
Out
this?
of character.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that they wrote that just really poorly.
That was on purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've written this. I mean, the way it ends, which is good. It's a good. I mean, if you're going to do a back-to-back season thing where it's really just one long extended season, they've written it in a way where me as a viewer is like, how are they going to get out of this?
Yeah, everything went to
Gi-hun's
shit.
plan has gone to shit. Yep. The cop that's searching, there's a double agent inside of them that they don't know about.
Yep.
So, like, how do you win?
Yeah, I don't know. He was at his lowest point. Everything's fucked. And okay, talking points. What'd you have, Anthony?
No, that was the Wayne one. Was
okay.
Was who the favorite character was from the new crowd?
Yeah.
Well,
no.
here's the next one.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Who do you think survives?
Who wins again?
Everybody dies except for.
Does somebody win again?
I don't know. Do you think the games keep going, or is there?
Oh yeah.
Or is there enough?
Or does he actually take him down by the end?
Like, do you think the pregnant lady survived? Do you think the mom and Young-sik and his mom survived? Do you think the translate survived?
I think they all die.
They all die?
Yeah.
I think a lot of them will be dying the way they've made us.
MG Coin or Minsu. Or even the lady, the North Korean lady.
There's only one thing that could happen, but I don't know how. It would be if outside forces come in and stop the games. But I don't think that there's enough people to actually pull it off. There's not a concerted effort. Like the small crew that they have has already been undermined by the guy in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So unless someone comes in and stops the games go until everybody's dead, right? So,
well, that's why I think that group that's harvesting the organs, that group is, I think, going to get ratted out by the North Korean lady. Yeah, and I think that internal fight is going to be the downfall of the games, because that's the only thing where they're not expecting something like that to happen.
That's a good point.
That's probably that's a sound plan, I believe.
Yeah, that'll shake them up once they find out that they've been making money.
Because the thing we've noticed about the Squid Game people in the game is they've come up. They have a contingency for every contingency. Like, they know,
right?
They have a plan for everything, but I don't think they know. I don't think they've planned for this group, this mini faction inside that are harvesting the organs.
It's almost like, they're gonna be fucked up from the inside.
Right. That's the only the only way right now that the way it's written that I could figure it out.
I think Ji-Yun survives. I don't think they kill him because it all started with him.
He's got to die, I think.
You think so?
I think he might die.
I think
he dies taking it down.
Oh. If they're gonna add, and I do think the show should end after the next season. Like, it's gonna get repetitive if you try to keep going. I know David Fincher's doing a spinoff. I don't know if they have plans for.
I hate the spinoff idea.
I think that, like, when you have something this good, you should stop and then maybe start a different Squid Game that's different,
or maybe in a different country, because it's very culturally tied to Korea, right? The games and shit.
It's not very often on that point. It's not very often that you see people in entertainment industry.
Yeah.
In the entertainment industry go out when they're on top. More often than not, they run things into the ground.
Yeah.
It's one season too long or one movie too much. We probably can count on two hands the amount of times a franchise ended when it should have ended.
That's a good point. I did read an article about the creator of this show. Like, he really didn't want to do more because the first season was so exhausting, and he essentially was like, I continued because of the money, because it was a good paycheck.
If you look at it like a cartel, like, yes, you could take down a cartel and wipe out everybody in that cartel and whatever, but then something else will rise to take its place.
Sure.
And so I feel like it'll be a different kind of Squid Game. And I think that that's okay. I just don't think they should do this iteration of it and run it into the ground, because that's just stupid. That's not how it would actually happen.
I mean, I guess they shot the things back to back, and I appreciate that the second season will be coming out next year. We're not going to be waiting 5 fucking years. That was part of my issue, is why are you taking this long?
Yeah.
And people start knocking you off. But shit, all of it still really worked for me, and it's really good.
What's the last thing, just to take it while we're on the topic, not to make this a complete side conversation, but what's the last thing that ended where you went, that was perfect, and I want more, and you never got any more?
I mean, my mind goes to Seinfeld season 9. He decides to go out while the ratings are hot, and it is a controversial ending, but I thought it was appropriate.
Show or movie?
In terms of seasons, that's hard.
There's not a ton, right?
No.
The only thing that comes to mind is Firefly to me, because just as that show was hitting and it was getting like some traction and people were starting to watch it, it got canceled. And
that's involuntarily.
Yeah. Things are usually run into the ground and go well beyond.
Think of like Walking Dead.
Oh, you mean like a show? You mean like a show that ended itself, and then
Walking Dead should have been 5 seasons, and that should have been.
Yeah, I'm talking about show or movie where like the perfect ending to Terminator series would have been Terminator 2, right? Aliens 2.
Yeah.
Godfather 2.
Yeah.
Star Wars, the first probably 3 episodes probably were enough.
Yeah.
I feel like Battlestar Galactica did it.
I was going to say that. Yes.
I heard that one was actually ended on a high note.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it was starting to get bad, and they knew to all right, this is it. We got to just stop it now.
Generally,
Mm-hmm.
if you go anything with like 4 seasons, maybe 5, is usually.
What about Sopranos? Did it end on the best
I think
note?
Sopranos did okay.
Yeah, I think Sopranos
with 6
did fine.
seasons. Was actually.
I never watched this show, but I heard Breaking Bad ended like perfect.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And I think that the Saul Goodman show was good too.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Breaking Bad definitely ended on a high note and it told a complete story and like it was done. And
Yeah.
What about Lost? Okay, that's the answer right there.
Well, the whole structure of that show.
Like Game of Thrones would have been one, but
Game of Thrones came close. Game of Thrones
They just botched
close.
the ending. It
Yes.
wasn't that it was run into the ground. They just
Yes.
botched the ending.
That last season fucked a lot of it up, but it came very close to being perfect amount of seasons. I mean, I think with House of Dragon, if they do 4 seasons, it'll be fine.
Yeah, the point there is I think sometimes and these people are obviously they're not Hollywood folks, right? They're in Korea,
right?
Although they are getting influenced by Netflix. The point being is a lot of these things just get 1 or 2 things too long.
Like, I mean, right now, Cobra Kai is, arguably Stranger Things. Probably extending.
And Ruggs probably would make the argument Cobra Kai is already too long.
Yeah, I would say Cobra Kai is going on a little long. I think Stranger Things should have wrapped up already.
Stranger Things should have wrapped up. Cobra Kai, you can give me 10 more seasons. I'll watch all of them. I don't give a shit. It's fucking great. Yes, it's longer than it should.
Walking Dead went on way too long.
Too long. Perfect Strangers, though, Imran.
No, that went on 1 season too long. Season 8 was just really bad. Even season 7, they had a perfect ending at the end of like 6 or 7, and then they just kept going and blew it.
That show, 5 seasons is all it needed. That's it.
Yeah, 5. Even season 6 was good, but yeah, then it was bad. But
listener, if there's something that had the perfect ending, whether it be movie or TV show, please comment.
Good question. All right, final thoughts. Give me a score here, Anthony.
I loved it. I had a great time. I love the blend of this class warfare thing, like that theme, but also the graphic bloody violence, the cat and mouse game that they're playing, the action, the suspense. I think it's just a really good combination of thriller, slight horror, action.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I have a great time with it. I don't know. I'm probably going to go 9 out of 10.
Oh,
I had a great time.
Oh,
I was riveted the entire time. I think they do a really good job of making it serialized, but also ending each episode on a note where you go, "Fuck, I got to watch the next one."
Yeah.
So
it's eerie. The music is eerie. And Ruggs, what'd you give it?
I wanted to give it a 10.
Yeah,
but I felt like the pacing it didn't get off to the greatest start for me. And there were some questionable things about how people reacted, especially when they introduced this like voting thing after every game, and a little bit of the stuff with like knowing that you're going to die probably, and how people should act differently. I felt like that knocked it down a couple of points, but I'm still going to go with an 8.5. So I think it was really good.
The voting did bug me a little bit because you just watch people got murdered in front of your eyes. What more do you need to not continue this? But there's a lot of other things involved, like we mentioned. Some people owe a lot of money. Some people got nothing better.
But the thing is, like, once you know that the votes and then you can kill people, right? Like, that goes all out the window. Then it's just like, you can easily, kill a bunch of people or get people killed in the games, and there's an advantage there that's not isn't being exploited or isn't realistically being played out. So that it creates an issue, I believe.
But it's all that thing of how far are you willing to go? I don't know, to get to the end.
I mean, it's plausible, but I just doesn't sit right with me for some reason.
One of the main themes of the first season, I think it still applies, is the wealthy versus the poor, and them preying on the poor's, on the low
desperation
income, desperation of these people, right, for their own entertainment.
Yeah.
And that these people are the people they've picked are in such a bad place that it's plausible,
right,
that they might play this game to get the money.
Yeah, but then you get subverted by it being someone's mom, like an old lady.
Right.
Yeah, that wouldn't have that much skin in the game, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like some of the, if they were all like, remember in the first one where there was all those fucking badass dudes.
There was more dangerous characters.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There was these I felt like they were more mundane. So
there seemed to be more,
except for Thanos, and Thanos is like, I didn't even get him, but like,
I mean, he was fun to watch. Like, everyone's standing still on Mingle, and you see him and his buddy. They're just like dancing.
They're hilarious.
Dancing around.
If you watch it in Korean, half the time he's speaking in English.
Oh, really? Yeah. And his rapping was not great. This is kind of funny. I was like, you're not even a good rapper. He's got his fingers painted like the Infinity Stones. It's funny. Got no game. No, I also really loved this season. But yeah, that was just a couple of my nitpicks. We only got 3 games, and they didn't figure out they could kill each other until way at the end. But I'm gonna give it a 9 because this show is still fucking enthralling.
It's good. It's a really good watch.
Good. There's so many layers. It's so nuanced. It's a lot of fun. All right, yeah, can't wait. I don't know. They don't have a date for the second season, but sometime next year. In the meantime, let's do some news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Is that real? Was that fake?
You decide.
Yeah, you figure it out. I got one fun note from Jimmy the Geek Graben, our buddy Jimmy Graben. Good to hear from you, James. And he posted a photo of like the Spotify artwork of the song Hero by one Chad Kroger, and comments, "This came on shuffle, and now I'm remembering I still want that episode on favorite superhero movie soundtrack singles," which I was like, that's a great idea. But let's start with Hero from Spider-Man. Not a fan of this song.
Isn't that Saliva and Chad Kroger?
It's Chad
You're not
Kroger.
a fan of that song? That song is a banger.
No, because I did not like Nickelback.
As a kid in 2000, that song hit. I love that
I
song.
think Vindicated from Spider-Man 2 is better. But
Vindicated from Spider-Man 2 is also really
I was just really upset that this was the song from Spider-Man 1 because I fucking hated Nickelback. It was just like a derivative, generic grunge band, copycat band. And I'm like, oh, you give this fucking Chad Kroger. It's all right. It's all right. But I pulled a couple of...
They say that a hero can save us.
I mean, it kind of works with the movie when you watch the movie.
It's of its time.
It is. It's a little dated. That's the thing. It's of its time. But you got, let's just, off the top of your head, you got any others? I pulled a couple of links here of superhero movies, soundtrack songs, ranked
Sunflower.
and stuff. Yes, that's a great one from Across the Spider-Verse.
It doesn't mean anything to the movie, but
I also love What's Up Danger from that soundtrack. There's some good jams on that soundtrack. Anthony, anything else come to mind?
Well, I'm trying to look up the names of the songs, but I really liked the music they'd play at the end of movies in the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of those.
I mean, these are terrible songs, but I liked in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Evanescence.
Oh, Bring Me to Life. Bring Me to Life.
Yeah.
Break Me to Life. I like the song they play at the end. I'm trying to figure out what the name of that song was. It's just like him diving like through the streets, and they're just like, yeah. It's just, I mean, it's just trash, but it's great. I forget what I got to find the name of that song. Oh, the end song of Daredevil.
Daredevil had a pretty crazy soundtrack. Look that up. Look up
all those 2000 movies had like crazy soundtracks. I remember
they were awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up what that song was called, but it was awesome.
I have to mention something more modern.
What about Batman Forever with Seal, Kiss from a Rose?
Okay, I was gonna say yes, Kiss from a Rose and Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, You Too, both very good songs. But the Seal song was huge. That was a great soundtrack. Something a little more modern from the Black Panther soundtrack, the Kendrick Lamar SZA song, All the Stars, I thought was pretty good.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
All the Stars song is a great song.
That was very good. And I can't not mention, I'm just going to throw in the entire 1989 Prince soundtrack for Batman. I fucking love
it.
I love it. I mean, if I would pick a song, you could pick like Bat Dance. That's a fun song that kind of encapsulates the whole wackiness that was that whole time and movie. But Party Man was great. The Future, I love that whole fucking album. But Bat Dance was a wild like dance. I don't know what it was. So clips, he's using audio from the movie and then changing up rhythms and sound. It was fucking crazy. I loved it.
Are you talking about Hang On by Seether?
Oh, that might be it.
From the Daredevil soundtrack?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, I don't remember if that's the right song, but
I know the song from Daredevil. Sorry. I misheard what you guys are saying because I was trying to find it and I'm listening to music.
Yeah.
It's Fuel, Won't Back Down.
Oh, the Fuel song. Yes.
But what other songs were you saying?
What did I say? Is it the Batman soundtrack?
Oh yeah, you named the entire Batman
the whole
soundtrack.
Batman soundtrack.
What other like superhero? What did any of the Punisher movies? I remember the Punisher movie.
There was a one from a Punisher movie.
There was a one.
There was like some like Johnny Cash song.
Was there a good one in the X-Men movies?
No, not that I
don't remember.
I don't remember. Oh, there was Broken by Seether with Emmy Lee from the Punisher, Tom Jane Punisher.
Okay.
I got Heathens and Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad had some interesting tracks. This is it's a great question, Jamie Craven.
Hero, that's the answer.
Hero is the answer. Maybe we'll do like a full deep dive into these, but this I just want to do off the top of our head. There's a Rob Zombie song from Daredevil. That Fuel song.
No, but you got
Daredevil.
I mean, now you're just naming names. What are the?
I don't know the
songs?
The ones I remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Rob Zombie song is called.
I'm trying to remember like these movies. I mean, I remember the Daredevil movie having a lot of needle drops.
Lots.
Yeah.
And
this I forget what that kind of music was called, but it was that like
it's like rap metal or
new metal
rock.
New metal, yes.
I was there for it. I was like
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, there's a whole new metal genre.
That song, the Fuel, Saliva,
and
shit like that. We're just like, you just want to run through a wall.
It's on a break shit. Yeah.
It's the good stuff.
That was the good shit.
Good question. The answer is Bat Dance by Prince.
The answer is Hero.
No, it's easily Kiss from a Rose by Seal. The song was huge.
Kiss from a Rose is damn
so
good.
Song. That's a good one.
That's fucking good.
Yeah. Maybe we'll think of some more. Listener, let us know what your favorite. You can leave a comment. There's in our Facebook group. There is a post. Okay, gang, what are we watching? We do have to discuss Rug Skeleton Crew finale.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The season's over. The kids make their way. Oh, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
The kids find Ed Atton and Jude Law as the pirate is there. And what happens? They try to take over the planet.
Yeah, he's trying to get his ship in. So he's got
a barrier.
Take down the barrier.
You take down the barrier. He kills the droid that's running, the supervisor that's running everything.
Yeah, so he goes. So he asked them to take me to your leader. So he goes to the guy.
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to meet a dude, but it's actually just a giant AI droid that's running this whole place. He fucking takes that thing down, takes the barrier down so his friend's ship could come in and they could raid basically the mint that they have, like all of these credits, all this money fucking stacked up. And
the kids, in the meantime, drop the barrier, get into a ship or get out of the barrier to call the Owl Lady to send X-Wing fighters, right? And then
they steal a ship.
Yeah.
While this is all going down, they steal a ship and go out past the barrier and broadcast a SOS so the rebels can come and save them.
The rebels come and they take down the ship and it crashes and the kids get away and then it just kind of ends.
Yeah, it just kind of ends. It's
a very abrupt, weird ending.
They stop the guy from robbing the planet and
but the last shot of Jude Law, he's watching his ship crash and then it cuts to the kids and then what happened to him? He just disappeared. There's a lot of questions left unanswered. This planet is now revealed.
You think there's going to be another season of this? I mean, no one watched it. That's the problem.
I mean, it said it had a bad, lead in because of the Acolyte. And I don't know how many people watch this. It's a decent show. Like, I thought it was very consistent and it looked good and the sets were good. The performances were good. The story was fine.
I feel like there should be 2 levels of Star Wars shows, or maybe even 3.
Yeah. Yep.
You should have a kind of kid-friendly show like this.
That's this. Yep.
Then you should have a highbrow show like Andor.
Yep.
And then you got the Mando right in the middle.
Like the middle ground.
Which is like, it's a little bit more violent, a little bit more adult, and a little bit more tied into the lore.
Yeah.
Kind of like the flagship. And then you got Andor that's kind of like on the outskirts, grittier, darker. And then you got this other show that's kind of lighthearted and just fun.
I mean, it's cool that Star Wars can be all those things. You can have them all exist at the same time.
Well, Marvel has the same thing too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They just seem like, and they can play in those in those realms.
Yeah,
but they have to have a balance of those things. And right now, these things are all over the place.
Yeah.
So when they introduce something like this, it just, you haven't cultivated that yet. And now you're trying to cultivate it and it's too late.
I mean, I did like that this thing had nothing to do with like the Skywalkers or even really Jedi. Was he a Jedi at the end? He wasn't. No, he was.
No, he learned Jedi shit from a Jedi.
Yes. So we do learn that when he was young, he learned Jedi shit, but then he was force sensitive, but then Order 66 happens and his master is killed. And then he just decides not to go good or evil, just to be a fucking pirate, I guess. Uses powers for
he's just fucking around at that point.
Yeah. He's just looking out for himself in the universe. So
I was whelmed by it. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was great. I wouldn't like go, you gotta watch this, but I'm like, I'm not offended by it. Happily watched it. I just was like not expecting much from it. I thought the ending was a little abrupt, but I think if they brought it back, I would watch a little bit more.
Yeah, the ending was very abrupt, but they hit that tone of like E.T., Goonies, however they pitched it. It was exactly that, and it looked good. If you had to give it a score this season, what would you give?
I don't know. I'd probably give it like a 6.5 easily.
Yeah, I'd go like 7.5. Like it's fun. Yeah. It's great if you got kids. Like it's a great introduction to Star Wars for new, younger kids, and the kids were good, and Neil is adorable. So there you are. Anthony, did you watch anything this week? Is still football? Right?
No, mostly football stuff. So nothing here to talk about.
Ruggs, you got anything else?
So last time I spoke about the Lioness and how I got all jazzed in this whole dad stuff, like old man shows.
Yeah,
I mean it's like shows, like the military shit.
Espionage thrillers.
So on Paramount, they were doing these ads before Lioness of the show called The Agency, starring Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Who else is in that show?
Jeffrey Wright. Richard Gere.
Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this old man show. And boy, did I enjoy this too. I was, it's not the same as Lioness is more action packed, a little bit more digestible. This is a espionage show. It's interesting. It's about this dude who has been undercover for like 6 years in the Sudan, and he falls in love with this chick, and all of a sudden they pull him out. They're like, all right, we need you here. They pull him back to a base in England, like the head of operations there, the U.S. CIA operations in England, and they basically give him a desk job, but they have to watch him now because he's been under for so long. They want to make sure that he's still on their side. So it's like standard procedure. You come out of a stint like that.
They're going to tail you for a while.
Tail you.
Yeah.
And it's just, you see this guy and all the things that he's going through and him kind of still pining for the girl that he was with back in the Sudan, and he kind of goes off the rails, and fun shit ensues. And it's about the agency and about how they kind of have to move assets in certain locations. And
how much of this did you watch?
I'm caught up. Until I need another episode. The last episode's going to come out.
Like 7 episodes. So I did also start watching the show. I watched like the first 3 episodes, and you were right about it's not as action packed as The Lioness, but the drama, the CIA drama, is fantastic. There's a married woman too that he's seeing.
Right.
So, and then they also have other operatives that may have been blowing their cover in other places. They got to deal with that. And he does not like being tailed, so he's constantly trying to shake them. But they got backup trackers. It's really good. The cast is amazing.
Yeah, I think everybody's acting their ass off.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender's doing an amazing job.
Fassbender's great in everything, man. This guy is really great in everything.
And like it's not an action show by any means. It's not,
right.
but it's very, very. It's nail biting.
Yeah.
There's times where he's gonna get found out, and he's got to fucking think quick on his feet. He's got to avoid people tailing him.
Yeah, he does some clever shit.
Yeah, he does do some, and it's a fun show to watch. I really enjoy it. And I'm also watching another show that's pretty much, I would say, kind of like Jack Reacher meets like this type of shit. It's called The Night Agent. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
it's not as good because you think about it, like an HBO level show. You're getting like top notch.
Yeah,
and these Paramount shows are like right underneath.
Well, the agency is a Showtime show, so Showtime has been absorbed into Paramount. So Showtime is as good as HBO.
Yeah, so it's like it's right underneath. It's like neck and neck with HBO, like level of good. Yeah, and then the Netflix shows just drop like a little bit. It's so like just like Jack Reacher, it's a good show to watch, but it's nowhere on the level of watching The Agency. It's nowhere.
You gotta watch. You know what streamer I would put above even Netflix? Underneath those two is Peacock. Definitely check out Day of the Jackal. You will enjoy that because
I'm gonna watch that next,
dude. I've totally been sucked into like this espionage show thing. I watched Day of the Jackal, Lioness. I'm watching The Agency. I'm kind of digging this whole CIA fucking
There's
shit.
a lot of these shows out.
There's a lot of these shows, and there's some really good ones and some not.
So yeah,
good
the
ones.
Night Agent's about like this guy who's gets put on this job to be he answers the phone.
Yeah,
the night agent, like a night agent. A night agent is like a black ops, like super secret thing, and so he's the guy that they have to call. And then he has to basically get them whatever they need, like facilitate whatever they need. And anyway, he gets this call one night from somebody that they're being hunted. And so he springs into action and now is on the run with this girl, trying to keep her alive because people want to kill her for it. She has nothing to do with anything. She's just innocent bystander, but or is she? We don't know. But so he's just this guy who's kind of in over his head trying to fucking he's not supposed to be this guy doing this, but he kind of gets sucked into protecting this girl and using his various knowledge of subterfuge and shit like that.
I heard it was good when it came out. I remember people saying it was good.
It's not great, but I think it scratches the itch. If there's a better show out there, I'll probably go
Day of the Jackal, bro.
Yeah, I probably will go there next.
It's fantastic.
So, but yeah, that's what I'm watching now. If anybody's got good recommends, throw them in there.
I was just going to throw in the streamer that gets a lot of pub that we don't talk about that everyone thinks is really good and maybe on the level of HBO is Apple TV.
Apple TV is really good.
Plus,
I'm gonna attempt Silo and Severance next.
So Silo season 2 just ended, and that had a fucking crazy season finale. That show is great. I really like it. Rebecca Ferguson, and I caught Severance as season 2 episode 1 was also that show's really weird. It's very trippy. Season 2, the first episode was pretty good. So the Severance everyone is talking about. That also the last season was like 3 years ago or something. But Apple TV is shrinking. Ted Lasso, A lot of shit they have is very good.
It's a good time to watch TV, everybody. Get to it.
Here's another interesting show I checked out on Max. It's called The Pit. Takes place in
about Brad Pitt.
It's not about Brad Pitt or
I'm out.
The Pit from the comics. It's ER. It's an ER in a hospital in Pittsburgh starring Noah Wyle, who was on the original network ER. This season, apparently every episode is an hour in this guy's day. So the first episode is like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Next episode, 8 to 9. So it's essentially ER meets 24.
That's what I was about to say.
But imagine if ER was like R-rated. It's like ER with swearing and nudity and graphic fucking injuries. Like imagine if ER didn't cut away from the blood and showed you the thing. It's very interesting. Yes. So it's like your procedural medical drama you'd find on a network, except with swearing and nudity and graphic things with the people coming in with injuries. And every episode is like 1 hour in this dude's day. It's not bad. I was like, that's kind of interesting. It's an interesting twist on the medical drama. So, all right. Lots of stuff to watch. We're going to keep watching. That's it for this week. Rugs, where can the people find you online?
You can find me at Rug Boy Show on Twitter.
And on TikTok? No, it's back.
Fuck TikTok.
Fuck TikTok. Anthony, what are you doing this week? Where can people find you?
I'll be, if we got fans out in Seattle, I'll be roaming around out there. So
take an umbrella. I don't know.
Take an umbrella. Correct.
It's all the time. In the meantime, check out the show notes or the episode description for links, how to follow, how to support, how to get in touch. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Darling, I offered you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it.
Jock and Nerd